I really detest as a customer when a business makes me jump through so many hoops just to give them some money, just to pay a bill, just to pay something.
Why is
It's
it
like,
so hard?
are you kidding me? I am trying to give you money and you're wasting my time trying to do this.
Let's talk about money, right?
Right. Well, there's been a bit of a pushback. We've been talking for a number of months about the whole concerns about banks closing down ATMs, banks closing down branches. There's a reduction as far as accessibility to cash is concerned, concerned about CBDCs, which is centralized. I always have to think it out, the acronym. Centralized business, CB digital coins.
Central bank.
Thank you.
And you're the finance guy. I'm the politics guy. You're the finance guy.
I appreciate that.
And you're young enough, mate, that you should be like, these young people speak everything in abbreviations. They've got no time for conversation. Everything's got to be abbreviated. What's that?
That's just the thought. Who's the bigger fossil I've used to? I would have said you because you got more grey.
Thanks, mate. I haven't got any grey. It's all gone.
Yeah, no grey.
No greys whatsoever.
I must admit, I saw a few more grey hairs coming up in my beard.
I believe
I got to pull them out.
No, I think out of this group, I am King Fossil. I'm happy with that. All right, but let's talk about cash. I'm a fossil. I love cash.
Basically, Channel 7's come out and said that a lot of Australians are pushing back on the whole cashless society concerns, worried about exploitation, exclusion of certain communities, gripped by what they call cash nostalgia, according to new research. ATMs disappearing, bank branches, all that's going on. And yet what they're saying is that 2 in 5 people, which is 41%, are extremely concerned about the disappearance of cash, according to new data from a company called Wave.
I've never heard of Wave.
No, that's double A in there. Wave. Look, what they're saying is that there's a lack of trust in banking institutions and financial services, a fear of exasperating economic inequality, and fear of using rising fees, a major part of 1,080 Aussies that were surveyed by the company last month.
And look, once you haven't got cash to use, you don't have the option to use cash and you have to use electronic means. Look, there is no way in the world that your financial institution, your bank, will not up their fees, okay? They have got a captive audience. They will up the fees. It's just nature of the beast.
People listening don't hate me for this.
What they're finding is that people are starting to push back and use cash.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm seeing signs everywhere that are saying we prefer cash, and I think that's a great thing. And actually, the moment I see a pro cash sign, I gravitate to that business. So if you want to do your business a favor, there's a growing number of people who see that. I go, right, you're awake, okay? You're
no. They just want to they want to survive, because you got to remember, every single time you use an FPOS machine, the company has to factor into their profit margins for the FPOS surcharges. So they work it down into per transaction. So every time you pay cash, that business isn't paying the bank fees for that. So you're actually increasing the business's profit margins. Therefore, they can keep their prices lower. So if you really want to have a look at it that way, paying cash will help to alleviate the pressures of the cost of living.
I think also any smart business owner will accept anything for payment.
Damn straight.
You don't make it difficult for your customer to pay you. And I really detest as a customer when a business makes me jump through so many hoops just to give them some money, just to pay a bill, just to pay something.
Why is it so hard?
Are you kidding me? I am trying to give you money and you're wasting my time trying to do this.
Oh, look, it's like the bank who wants ID for me putting money into my own account, okay? You want my ID? If people are coming to my bank and they want to put money in my account, please encourage that, okay? Don't be stopping that. This is it's just this.
You know what's really funny?
It's this need to control things.
You know what's really funny? So let's say you go to, petrol station. It's after hours. So you go say, oh, yeah, I'm going to do about $100 worth of fuel. So you just tap your card, happy days, take $100 out. No ID, PIN numbers, nothing.
True.
They just take $100 out. But let's say you only put $80 in, so they go give you $20 back.
You
go punch your PIN number in and a signature for them to put the money back into your account.
I know. I know.
So they're happy to take the money.
Oh, very.
But like the banks are refusing to put the money back in unless you pin and sign.
Another thing about this survey that came out that's interesting is that people are concerned about who's protecting their interests with, the amount of information, the details, getting their personal details stolen, fumbling around with passwords and paying ridiculous card fees and surcharges just to do the business, not even just as the merchant, but as the customer. They're getting sick of it.
Well, okay, right now, the government, the Australian government is putting out all these ads costing us a lot of money, basically teaching people to put better passwords on, right? Okay, on their...
Well, I don't watch TV, so I've never seen these ads.
Oh, no, they're coming up on YouTube as well.
No, I see. I actually run Mozilla with an ad blocker on it, so I don't get the ads anyway.
Lucky you.
YouTube Premium for nothing.
Oh, can you sort me out on that, please? Anyway,
I've already done it on these computers.
Oh, there you go. Can you do it on mine? My other one. But I honestly, this is so intrusive, and what you've got the government is they're trying to throw the responsibility back on you for the fact that that we've had so many breaches. I know far too many people who have had their lives damaged because of all of these breaches. I mean, there's so many, but the Medibank private one particularly was nasty. Obviously, there was a MyGov one where it's horrendous. This is a great way of getting access to your accounts. And I mean, I now pretty much once a year have to have an issue with the bank. I had to get rid of ANZ for this reason, because of the fact that so many reasons with ANZ, but that was one of them, is that fake transactions that were going through, right? And they were being caught and having to chase your money back.
You know how we got around all of that? We had to put the two-factor authentication. So every time there's a transaction on our bank accounts, and yes, we're with ANZ, we get a text message.
Okay.
And we have to confirm it yes or no.
Right.
So that's how we got around that one. But yeah, two-factor authentication is actually really good for blocking that one. And do it to your personal mobile phone. Don't do it to your email address, because if they gain access to your email address, and they get it there, so make sure it's your phone. So we demo the latest password crackers are actually scary. Some of them are insane. People are actually taking control of their own financial destiny in this one. So by buying cash. But the only thing I'd say, well, that's effectively what they're doing. They're using their digital currency, which is in the bank account, taking it out as cash. But my only concern with that one is obviously cash loses its value over time. So instead of sitting on like huge quantities of like literal physical cash, is it worth changing into gold or silver or something else that can be
I brought this up
later?
Before in a previous show, but it was an article I read recently about the fact that of all the places in Australia, they actually believe that the greatest amount of cash is buried in the suburb of Balcatta. Balcatta here in Western Australia, apparently, because of
you do know why. Who developed Balcatta?
Yeah, absolutely. The
Italians. Italians,
right,
exactly.
Italians. So for that reason, they literally do believe that, and it was some massive figure. I can't honestly remember off the top of my head, but it was a massive figure of the amount of cash that's buried. So if you guys want to know where I am anytime if I walk off with the shovel, I'm heading down there. I'm going to get myself a nice Conti roll.
I just thought of something. We probably shouldn't have said it was Balcatta. Now, the crime rate in Balcatta is probably not going through the roof.
Don't be silly.
Final word.
Oh, hang on. No, I'm doing
Travis, do you want the final word? Is that what you're doing?
No, you can do it. You can do it, Derek.
Get the word out. Get the word out as to what is going on, what is being slipped under the table, under the door there, in terms of the memo that nobody's received, in relation to phishing, in terms of speed rights, in terms of what's going on in our rural areas. Get the word out, make awareness, and then make your public servants work for you, because that's what they're there to do, is to serve you. So say, hey, I want accountability on what's going on here. I want accountability on what's happening to the fisheries. I want to have accountability on what's happening to our road planning, in mining, and all that sort of thing. What matters to you? Because if you don't, and if you don't speak out, well, guess what? Those freedoms disappear. And do you want that for your kids? Do you want that for your grandkids? This is your country. This is your government. Make it work for you.
The most important question is why.